e-portfolio. Okay, this is our agenda today. We know, of course, what we are able to do. So we'll not be going back to tell you how to create an e-portfolio. But what we shall do is to give you what you will be doing. Where it is written labors, it's learners. Sorry for that, it's a typo. Then we'll tell you what the assessor will be doing from their end.
Hello, Mr. Wambu, am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible now.
Oh, thank you.
I think now you can talk as I do the sharing kindly.
Oh, right. I want to apologize to students. I think I had a challenge with the connection. The audio. So I want to welcome all the students. We are about 500. We are about 600. So it means 400 are not in. Chairman, you are president. 400 of you are missing. And we have very serious discussion. That will be a big challenge. Mr. Chairman, President, students, President, are you in, Samson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm already healed.
Where are your people?
I don't know. Maybe they were waiting for us to start.
So we will take off very fast.
Yes.
So let's continue. They'll join us, eh?
All right. Let me inform them to join.
They will follow. I'm sure Joseph is recording. We can share this. So, Karibu, this is normally a meeting which comes before we start our assessments and supervision. So, importantly, is to appraise you on what is expected of you. So, you can say the agenda is approvals. That's number one. Maybe you can write that one down. Number two is loading. Number three is timetable. Number four is forms. Number five is assessment, enhancement, quality enhancement using technology. So those are the 5 things we are going to do. Very fast, the first one is approvals. It will take me a second. We've approved all the students who have met our 2 requirements. 1, they have brought their feedback forms for confirmation of acceptance in those TP institutions where they requested. Number 2, they've cleared their school fees. So in case your name is appearing in the lists and you are not approved and you cleared your fees, then it means we do not have your placement form. So we've not been allowed to assess you in that institution. That is actually how it goes. Number 3, on the same things on approvals, there are those students who got appointment letters from PSC. So they requested for transfers and we okayed them on conditions that they send us the letter of appointment and a covering letter where they want or where they've been transferred to or employed to. So that is the way forward. There are also some other students who requested to be transferred, but as of now we are declining on account of low numbers, where, for example, the students are less than 10. We've okayed some, but some principals are complaining that once they've timetabled you, they don't want to release you. But some of us are insisting they must be released. The students are less. For now, we are not going to okay any transfer unless completely you have no students. So we deal with the principals and also you. So we'll agree on the way forward. We'll try to assist you. But the way forward is, if you have less than 10 students in a class, ask the deputy principal, not the HOD. Ask, request, fight for yourself, negotiate, to be given another class of not less than 10. That compensates for the low number. If you're a class of 5, negotiate to have one more class, a different class of 10 students. That compensates for the methods you use in the low class. So that is on approvals. So please, now there is no movement unless completely we've agreed with the principal and you, and no more writings. Loading. Loading, I think, is one statement. The loading per week should not be less than 8 units in college. And for secondary schools, we say is it 12? So that is a loading. But in case, for example, you are given 30 hours, please negotiate for your loading to go down, because scheming is very difficult. Planning, getting resources is very difficult. So the best thing is have the minimum, and then probably, let's say you agree to teach extra, then maybe a wise person, what would do is don't put that one in our timetable, which you are going to send us, because whatever you send is accessible. You better understand that. Whatever you put in that timetable, send to us, we will be able to assess it. So be wise, you use your own discretion. That is on loading. The other one is a timetable. If you remember briefing, we said timetables. Once you are timetabled, the timetable should be sent immediately, even with the mistakes. That is what we use as a basis for assigning your lecturers. So we expect all timetables to be in by tomorrow. And then now we will tell you the way forward on your assessment. Actually, if, for example, you don't get your timetable by the time of scheduling and we miss you, if you are not assessed during that first cycle with the others, then we will not assess you for the entire term. Because the basis of assessment is based on the timetable. It means you belong to that institution and you've been loaded to teach. Without timetable, it means you are not loaded. So please better take note of that. You are missed for good. And again, if, for example, you hear people on the ground on assessments, and it gets on Wednesday and you've not seen an assessor, please raise an alarm with your zone coordinator. Mwambie hujaona mtu, atakwambia whether you've been captured or what. Because once you are missed, the next one is TP forms. Remember, we gave you about 12 TP forms, starting with internal assessment, going to DDs, all the way up to timetable. That is the last form. Those are 12 forms. Please, we want to notify you on extra forms for us to enhance your assessment quality. One of the most important forms we've designed because of data privacy is what we are calling consent form. So we are sending you, we've actually already attached it to your LMS. We will guide you on how to get it. There's a form called consent form. Please write it down, consent. That consent form is, for example, if you want to capture some recordings in your class, you want to use your mobile phone, you want to record your lesson, you must have the student sign the form to say that you yourself, you request them to sign the form to allow you to take their photos, to take their video for use. So that consent form, don't please just take and take. You can be taken to court without them agreeing. Because you are the trainer, just talk to them nicely. Tell them during my assessments, sometimes I'll be taking videos, sometimes photos. We can also take photos together so that when you are giving them the form to sign, they will not resist. So take note of that. There's a consent form we are going to send, and also it is attached in the LMS. We'll guide you on how to get it. Again, the last item which I want to introduce you to is very important, is improving the quality of TVET graduates, the teacher trainees. So we sat down, we reviewed our work on the previous groups, gone through all the assessments we've done, and we felt we need to even to do much more. Of course, we are leading the country in the terms of quality of trainees we produce, but we want to even to go global. We want to be better. And for that matter, we have introduced an extra step. In fact, for the future groups, we introduce about 2 other steps of assessments, where we start from here, then we go out. So they'll do some of assessments here, but it has come late, you'll not be covered by that. So what we are going to add extra is technology-based assessment. That is the extra assessment. The beauty of this one is that we can always train you right from where we are. We can monitor your work. We can guide you every day. You can do your work and forward it to us. We guide you, we correct you, and we identify where you are weak before now we come to do final verification of ground. The reason why we are doing this is this, to be honest. This is for you. The last group, May, August, I have all the statistics. We had 920 students. Out of that, 22 students did not pass their teaching practice. And therefore, we were instructed to find ways of eliminating the root cause of the failure. And one of the ways we thought it was weak preparation before assessments. And therefore, to take care of that, we have decided to introduce an aspect of online, not online, technology-based assessment. It's actually not online. And therefore, that is what we sincerely want to take you through, what it entails, because you are almost done. You know it. It's only that now we want you to interact with us. So that is why we are actually meeting. We can improve the quality of the kind of graduates we are producing, and also our assessment, so that we reduce the number of failures. If we go to 0, then we'll have met our target. So that is the reason why we are meeting today. So I think with that, I want to introduce the group or the facilitator who will take us through technology-based assessment, so that you may know exactly what you want. And once the presentation ends, I'll take you through the rules. There are rules, the way we gave you the academic policy on teaching practice. If you don't have lesson plan, you fail. If you don't have scheme, you fail. If you are not available, also there are policies guiding that, about 2 of them. So I'll mention after the presentation. So at this juncture, I want to invite Mr. Ombua, HOD Odell, to take us through a technology-based assessment. Mr. Ombua.
Okay, thank you, TP Coordinator, for that introduction. Team, we are going to present this into two ways. I am going to have the first part, the e-portfolio part. Then Joylene will get in and take us through on our learning management system. So there are some things you know, and there are those others you'll be able to do in this particular work. So you know how to come up with an e-portfolio. That one you have been doing that, and we are confident that from the good work we have seen you doing, you are very good in creating e-portfolio, and you have become our ambassadors down there in the institution you are. You know also how to share the e-portfolio links. I will also be tackling a bit of it so that we can avoid any errors we have been getting while we are marking. You know how to do online facilitation. That's how you have been recording yourself, training your colleagues. That one, we have really liked what you have been doing and the way you tackle it very neatly. And at this juncture, you can see the kind of work you've been doing. You know how to make your microphone muted when we have a meeting like this. Kongore for the good work, and that's what we witnessed in your online facilitation. Then you know how to do recording, and you know how to take some photos, good photos, using your phones. This is what you are going to apply back there. Because at the end of the day, identify the person who can take you a very good video. Take the video of the environment, take the video of the student, take the video of the front side where we can see the board, the way you have set your board. So you ensure that you take a very good video, and we know you are able to direct the person who will be assisting you to take your video in your classwork. Then this is what you'll be doing. Sorry, I can see from the display bit of it, it is somehow distorted. I hope you are getting it. Now, you will create a TPE portfolio as per the guidelines. We are going to give you guidelines so that you create just a new portfolio basically for teaching practice. We will not use the one you have been using in your classwork. So this one would be basically for the work or the TP. Then you are going to grant permission to the person who will be assessing you. I will show you how you grant a commenter rights, so that if I come to assess you, I assess you online, I will be able to comment so that you can improve on your documents. And by the end of the day, you find this one will work very well, because somebody will be able to comment and tell you this date you have put it in the wrong place, so you'll be able to enhance and continue improving on it. Then you will share that link the way we usually do in our LMS. Then your assessor will be able to get that link. You will notice that if you are in zone Nairobi, you cannot share your link in zone Kisumu. You cannot, if your trainer or the assessor is Wambua, you cannot share your link to Joylin. So it will be restricted. Somebody is disrupting us. So you will be able to share to the person you have been assigned to. Joylin will be presenting that for you to see. Then you are going to do a recording. You get somebody, show that person how to do the recording to take you a good video. Just get a good camera. If you don't have a good mobile phone to take you a video, just talk to your colleagues. They will support you with a good phone, which can assist you to take a clear images for your video. And let your image, the video clip, depict the class environment. Make sure that you take round how the class looks like, take your learners, and take the front bit of it. Then your lecturer, your person taking the photo should be able now to take you while you are training. We want to see your face. Make sure that your face is visible and we are able to identify you with what you will have put to your e-portfolio. And we'll be talking about the timing. Of course, we want you to use around 30 minutes. We'll be telling you how to do that so that you don't have 2 hours being recorded, since your Gmail account will allow only a limited number or size. It has a given size so that you don't feel it. So that's how you will be able to do it. Then you are going to append that recorded video to your e-portfolio the way you have been doing. So we don't have any change. You just put your video to your drive, because that. Then complete evaluation survey, which we shall give you at the end. Please be be sincere. On the survey form we give, write something you have noted. Let us get the correct feedback so that we are able to improve the systems. And where you see it is perfect, kindly just feel free to say. If there is something to improve, feel free to say. We will be able to follow the feedback you give us to improve the systems as we continue. Then this is what the assessor will be doing. The assessor will be accessing your e-portfolio links through the KS TVET LMS. So it is my plea and my prayer that you make sure your e-portfolio, your link is working. Share the link and you can tell your colleague to open it to see whether it's working, or you try it and see it is working. That's very important. You miss the link, you miss the assessment. So it's very important. You cannot lose that kind of a mark. Then the assessor will be able to assess you via your e-portfolio and give you feedback in your e-portfolio so that you can see what to improve in your documentation. Then the assessor will also score you in your scorecard, in your portfolio, not portfolio, but in your campus cura, you see your marks are put there. So it is the work of your assessor to do that after scoring you. Then I want to give you lastly how the e-portfolio layout will be. Let me still click, not click, but just share this. Let's stop sharing a bit. So this is how, that's how the e-portfolio will look like. So you can see we have the home page, and the home page is where you are going to have your personal information. Kindly put your passport photo there, and on the right, take the front page of your student ID so that we have your photo, passport, and on the other side, we have your ID. All your ID to be at the top, then the other information down there. Don't forget about your student ID. That's very important. It's one of the identifiers we are going to use in order to identify you. Then have your passport. Then down there, we have your teaching practice institution information. Let us know the name of your institution. Let us get the address and the department you are in, and also give us your cooperating teacher. It's very important. Then we have number logbook. You can see under the logbook, we expect you to put the organizational structure. We expect you to put your daily diary there. Every day, make sure that you put your daily diary. So you know how to create sub-pages. So these are sub-pages you are going to create. Then let us have your syllabi or curriculums and OSs, all of them, the way you usually do with a hard copy. Then records of work, make sure that the records of works are available in that particular place. The assessor will come and check whether they have things from there. Then we have now the schemes and learning plan. So when I click Somebody is saying the screen has hanged. I can see mine moving. Is it true that it has hanged from your end?
We are seeing schemes of work of learning, schemes of work.
Yes. So under schemes of work, I want to demonstrate how you are able to put your screen there and how you can grant access. So you can see I'm in that page 3, all menu 3. Then I go to insert. Then I go to drive. I will advise that all your TP documents, you post them in the drive so that you can be getting them very easily. So I click on my drive and I want to share learning plan. I click on the learning plan and I insert. See what has happened? I have my learning plan and a pop-up dialog box. The pop-up dialog box is asking me, allow anyone with a link to access this as a viewer. So I don't want them to access as a viewer. I want them to access as commenter so that they can comment, give comment to my work. Every document you place there, make sure that you give a right of a commenter so that they can comment within that document. So I change this and I click share. Somebody is saying can't see. Somebody is seeing nothing. We'll be able to share the recording for your work. Also, we can, if this one is not very clear enough, we are going to do a recording and share. Somebody has shared the document on your chat. So you can see, let me just pull it to be big enough. So I have it there. So I have my work plan. That means that work plan, any assessor who gets that link will be able to give comments. For example, assuming that I've come to see what you are doing. So let me have a bit, I change this to be to few. I want to assess you from my end. You can see I have it. Then there is something on the right side where my cursor is. I click on it. This is now the assessor's point of view. You see what they will do. They click on it. Now they have gone to your drive because you shared your document in drive. Assuming that I find there is an issue with unit of competence. Perhaps you are supposed to write something you did not, you forgot because you were scared the trainer was coming. Then I click that, I select, then I click on the plus and I add my comment. Please add the title. Then I comment. You will notice that that particular comment will appear on your side. And therefore, you will be, when you go back, you will be able to see what has been happening. So that's how you will be able to add the information, but we'll be able to share with you the recording so that you can go through it very slowly and you'll be able to internalize it. If you have any question, kindly reach us. Don't shy to reach us. You have our numbers. Kindly reach us during the working time. We'll be able to support you and to assist you through this journey. We'll be ready support you. So at the end, you will have some questions so that we can discuss together. Now we are there. You can see we have the lesson plan now, the session plan. This particular slide, or not slide, but the template, your template should look exactly the way ours are. And we have placed it in our learning management system. You'll be able now to follow on all the menu, the timetable, other records, the miscellaneous, the supervisor's assessment. So when the supervisor has assessed you, make sure that you download that and upload it to where the supervisor's assessment is. Any other assessor will come, they will check what the other assessor did. So that's how your e-portfolio will look like, and that's how you grant, comment, assess, comment, permission for the person who will come to assess you to do that. So at this juncture now, I want to stop at that point and invite Jolene to take us through the learning management system. Then we'll have time to ask questions. Thank you very much for listening. Jolene, kindly pick the microphone and continue. Jolene, are you there?
Yes, you can hear me. I hope so.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wambua, for that good session. I think you can see a number of questions that are coming up from the chats. I think they are being taken care of and they'll be responded towards the end of this session. So I'll take a very short time, and mine will be very brief because at least that one majority of us have been using the e-portfolio, and right from module 1 you have been uploading this on the trainers provisions in LMS. So I know this one still will take a very short time. So one thing for sure is that we'll have a new course that is labeled teaching practice, and that course will be accessible to all of us. So we'll have the details from the teaching practice department, and you'll be enrolled to the course, or all of us will be able to access that course. So just the way we normally do, allow me to share my screen. Okay, let me know whether you can see my screen, somebody.
Yes, madam, it's clear.
Thank you. All right, so we'll be having this course on our learning management system. So I hope all of us can access the LMS even after we've done with our learning. But when you go to your courses, or rather when you went on your dashboard and you, okay, that could be maybe one person, but I think it's clear to the rest. Please check your network. So, okay, so on your dashboard, you'll be able to see my courses. Mr. Wambua, please confirm whether the screen is visible.
Yes, it's very clear on my side.
The screen is visible.
Yeah. Maybe they can check their network. Thank you. Okay, so we have now, this is your learning management system platform that
on this side I can't see it.
So what happens is, under my courses, you'll click on my courses and you'll be able to see, sorry, this one. Just give me a minute, I log in. That's logged me out. Okay, so when you click on my courses, you should be able to see a list of courses you've been enrolled to, but of course, our interest is the teaching practice course. So it is labeled 2023 September intake teaching practice course. So right here on top, we'll have a bit of introduction about the teaching practice or course and all other details that you're normally given before you proceed for teaching practice. They have been summarized on this first course page. So we'll have a section for announcements. So we'll be checking regularly whether there's any announcements, maybe from teaching practice or coordinators or any other person. Now, again, we'll have what Mr. Wambua has presented just right now. We'll have a template showing us the layout of how our e-portfolio should be done. Remember, if I may repeat, that we are coming up with a totally different e-portfolio, not what we have been using. The concept is the same. The procedure is the same, only that now we are not uploading any other thing apart from teaching practice. So the template is right here. If you want to refer, it is uploaded on this course. Then this is other important areas that you may have to be familiar with. We are all coming from different zones, and just the way the assessment is done, you are assigned a trainer depending on your zone. So we've just done some few zones here. You'll see quite a number of them, like all the zones that are normally assessed. So what will happen is you will be accessing the zone that you're located, where you're located, and you'll scroll down to where the trainer who has been assessed to you, or rather who has been assigned to you, sorry, is. Before then, the schedule will have come out and communication will have been done by the coordinator on who is assessing you for that unit, or rather for the subject that you'll be recording. So be on the lookout on communication that will be given by the zone coordinators. So assuming you're from Nakuru zone, you'll click on Nakuru zone, or rather you'll be able to see only Nakuru zone. So we'll put you in such a way that you can only see the zone where you're located. You'll not be able to see all the rest of the zones. Like I'm seeing from my end because I'm a trainer. But as a student from your end, you can only see the zone that you're based, or rather where that you are located in. So if you are located, for example, in Nakuru, you'll come down, you'll click on that zone, and you'll be seeing a list of trainers who have been assigned that zone. Now, your interest will be on the particular trainer, because normally we know that you can have more than 5 or 10 trainers coming to one zone. But you'll be given the name of the trainer who has been assigned to assess you. So assuming that trainer is called Demo Teacher 2, you'll click there, okay? And you add your submission. So I'll check where let me look for an e-portfolio. Maybe I could just the way you normally do, just a minute. So I can come here and copy my e-portfolio. Now, how we are copying our e-portfolio like we normally do, remember that you can only copy the e-portfolio link when it is under the homepage. So this homepage should be active. And once it is active, you come to where the link is, click on the link itself, and you copy. Okay. Once you have copied, you go back to the LMS, and now you add your submission. So for now, I'll switch my role from the trainer to be a student. Okay, and now that I'm a student, this is what I'll be able to see from my end under the zone that I've been assigned. So I'll click on add submission, okay? And within this box, you can see the dialog box, you can just click there, paste the link, and you can save the changes. You can see already I've posted, or rather I've pasted the link here, and it has already notified me that the link has been submitted for grading. Okay, and of course, it also indicates the time that you're submitting. That is why the teaching practice department will be able to communicate to you on when exactly are you supposed to submit that work for it to be assessed. So that is basic procedure. The only thing that we wanted to notify you, because at least this procedure you're familiar with, is you will not be shocked when you see only one zone that is assigned to you. So be in case you will see a different zone that is not assigned to you, kindly notify the zone coordinator or the department. If you find yourself in Kericho Kisii zone and you can't see any other zone, yet you are in Nakuru, please, that one is an area of concern. Notify the coordinator or the TP office or ODEL for you to be assigned the right zone. And I think that is basically it. So click on the zone once again. Go to where the trainer who is assessing you is, click on that, and then you can add the submission. using the same procedure that we normally are given. Unless there's any question. So I think most of the questions now will come from what I've seen you're asking. I think this one is very short, but a number of questions that you're asking are based on the previous presentation on how to upload the files, how to grant access. I think we just leave at this point so that you can respond to your concerns. Mr. Wambua, I don't know whether I can give back to you. Or Mr. Mula.
Maybe. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somewhere in. Francis?
Yes, sir.
Maybe before you come in.
Yes.
I wanted to take them through a certain summary, still on the same.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this is my conclusion. I want to repeat once again, the reason why we are doing this is to enhance the quality of our assessments and to reduce the number of non-compliant customers. We want all of you to conform so that you don't have many failures, and also we integrate technology in teaching and training, particularly on teachers. Therefore, I want us to look at what we are doing. What we are doing is exactly what we are, particularly the logbook. The e-portfolio compared with the logbook. There is completely no difference. Therefore, the arrangement which Madam Joylene has presented is the flow we gave you in the briefing. It is also what is in the TP guidelines from top to bottom. So let's have those sub-headings the way they are in the logbook, the physical logbook. So we are only transferring the physical logbook to digital form. There's nothing else, just the same presentation. So the more beautiful you present it, the better. You know the way we said, use your own ingenuity to make your logbook nice, the physical one now, and very easy to access. The same thing we are saying, make your e-portfolio very easy and beautiful just for presentation. Because we will assess it the way we assess the logbook. Again, maybe on access, I don't know whether IT students are here. The IT student may not have done e-portfolio, but will guide you on the way forward. So you should not be worried. However, for those students who may not be efficient in access, the steps are very easy as given by Madam Joylene. We have said you go to your LMS. From LMS, go to your TP. That is the unit is TP now, not those other things, not essential skills. You go to TP as a unit. And at TP, you pick your zone. And at your zone, that is where you find your assessor. So once you get to your zone, and actually that is what you see, your zone, you'll find your assessor there. You can only send the documents or your links to your assessor. So it can't get lost. So please note those are the steps. Now, on the rules governing technology-based assessment, the way we have rules governing the other assessments, we know when we don't find you in a class or we don't find you with the documents, of course, you score 0. There are penalties for that. Remember the academic policy. Equally, there are guiding policies under this. So the rules are, 1, normally when we are coming to assess you physically, we don't actually inform you. We just come in Promputu, we don't let you know we are coming this day. However, the advantage you have on this one is this. We will pre-inform you. You better get that. So that is the advantage. So you can decide to act. The reason why we don't inform you in the other one, the physical verification, the physical assessment, is because we don't want you to act. Mwalimu amekuja, umevaa tai, umejifunga, umenunua the best kiatu. Now this one, This one we are going to pre-inform you. Your zone coordinator will inform you. So that is number one. You'll be pre-informed that if this class, starting, for example, from 10 to 12, you need to record it. Please get it. So we will not record all classes. All the classes that you go, no. It's only the class which we want to assess. I hope that is clear, Mr. President. Only the class we want to assess. We will notify you in advance. The class on Wednesday, starting from 10 to 12, we want it recorded. How long should be the recording? That is, and who should do the recording? I want to answer those questions. The person to record to take you a video, that's why we gave you a consent form. The consent form is to take care of recording of your students. Let them agree that, please, Malimu, you can record us, you can take photos, you can take a video. So please get that consent from your trainees. We'll also try to reach your principals for the same. But for now, we will send you, and we've attached a consent form in LMS. How long should it take? We are proposing this. Please, you better listen. You know, there are those students who are teaching from 8 to, at the end of the day, from 8 to 4. E.g., the students doing foods and beverage. Their practicals take from morning to evening. That is not what we want. If your class is taking 2 hours, that is not what we want. What we want to do is very simple. Get a friend, can be a colleague, it can be your TP teacher, the ones you are with in the same institution, or a mwalimu mwingine to your HOD, but get somebody you can trust, somebody you are sure will focus you properly, will be able, will give the guidelines of taking the video. I think you are given. Let the person taking the video focus on you. We want to see you, how you present yourself, how you project your voice, how you take a stand on the board, how you walk about the passages in the class. I hope you've heard that. Personal presentation, very important as a component of assessment. How do you stand in front of the people? You are anchor, you are writing, you are talking, are you facing the board, all that. So we want that person to be at least focusing on you. We want to see your movement. We want to see how you are facing your trainees. So let the person focus on you. Let the person focus on the environment. You remember, there's also accessible component on environment. So we want the person taking the video. Please take it. That is the second component now. You, focus is on you. Second one is on environment. Atuoneshe class, taking the video about the class, how the students are seated and the arrangement. That is very, very important. We want to see the lighting. We want to see the ventilation. That is the environment. Two things. Focus on yourself, focus on the student and the environment. We want to see the ventilation and the lighting. How long should it take? We are saying the video recording should take only 30 minutes. I know your class may, for example, in secondary school, it takes about 40. The class, for example, in college may be 2 hours or 1 hour. We don't want you to take all that time. Your outcomes or objectives might be taking 2 hours. So what we want you to do is you do a 30 minutes video. What we want you to capture, one, the introduction. Remember the way you did micro teaching. You do intro, the presentation, and the conclusion. But this one is in a real class environment. So we want to see the introduction, the presentation, and the conclusion. I know you may say the conclusion then comes after 2 hours. This is how we want you to do it. There are guidelines. Please listen very carefully. Let's say your first outcome you can cover in 30 minutes. So that should be the focus. I hope you can hear me. You can hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we can.
Sorry. Somebody, I'm actually using my phone. My laptop failed. So somebody was calling me. So sorry.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, fine. And I'm sure you are following. So we are saying, focus on the trainer. That is you. The person take you the video. Your friend. Don't take a student. A student should not take your video. It should be learning. So if you do that, you penalize. It's the same thing. The way you tell a student, please go rub the board. That is not allowed in a real teaching. So take a friend, take a colleague, take a co-trainer to come take you a video. Somebody you can trust for 30 minutes. Those are the 3 focus areas. So how do you conclude if the class is taking 2 hours? This is the guidelines. For example, look at the first outcome or objective. In your lesson plan or session plan, you'll have estimated how much time it will take. You can easily see that my introduction and my first outcome, that is the way it is documented in session plan. It can take me 30 minutes. So that is where you'll stop, where the 30 minutes end after the end of that outcome. If it will cover first and second outcome or first and second objective, ensure that coverage will take only 30 minutes. Then you conclude on that objective, all those 2 objectives. Then you stop there. Stop taking the video at that point. That is all what you want. So stop there, release the video person and continue with your class after the end. So the class will not stop. I hope we are together. A practical takes about 6 hours, particularly in food and beverage. You not sit there for, you don't take a video for, even your phone, you not accept that. So 30 minutes, intro, take a task, which is executable within 30 period of 30 minutes. Intro, execution, and then conclusion of that task. Stop there. That is what we want you to send to upload in the LMS. I hope I'm clear on that. So please don't send us a video of 1 hour, 45 minutes, 3 hours. No, that one will not be able to go through it. We only do the first 30 minutes. We stop there. Then we say there is no conclusion. I hope you are getting the guidelines of marking. You must conclude that outcome. And it's very easy to track it because you'll have uploaded your session plan for the lesson. So we want to see you present your imeisha. Then you say, well, that is the end of that outcome. We conclude that point, and then let's continue the second outcome. And then you close at that, you pause. And that is what you upload. I hope I'm clear. So that is on recording. Now, the next thing which I want to talk about is I've told you that you'll be pre-informed. So that lesson must fall within your timetable. If it is 10 to 12, that is what you want. Then when can you upload the video? After how long do we expect the video before we say you did not participate in the lesson? We are saying once you finish your lesson, because all other documents are there, what you do is that you go back to your e-portfolio, take the session plan or your lesson plan, remark, then upload it in your e-portfolio. Take that video of 30 seconds. Please don't end it. We want original work. Upload it to
30 minutes, not 30 seconds.
Whatever your e-portfolio, and that is a close. That is at the close of the day. You can do it immediately, but what you want is by the end of that day, that is midnight of that day. The next morning, you will not accept any work which is not sent. Okay, on that, there are some risks there. The experts, Mr. Wambu and the team told me that there are times when the link, you may copy wrongly. So I would want to request Mr. Wambua to exactly guide you on how you copy the link so that does not fail. If the link fails, then the assumption is that you did not participate in that lesson and will score you absent. You know what absent means. Those are actually the policies. The class is not sent by the end of the day, then you deserted or you did attend to the lesson. So we award you a 0. Those are the new guidelines on scoring. So on the quality of the video, we may not worry so much, but we want to see, we want to hear, at least let it be visible, let it be audible within 30 minutes. I think on that, Mr. Wambua, once I remember something else, I'll be able to talk to the students. Please take it up and guide them on how to copy links properly.
Okay, thank you very much, Bwana Mula. Class, I think now we can have, let me just show you how to copy the link. I know this, we know. Most of us have been doing it and we don't have issues about it. So let me just do something. Sorry for that. So I want to have the link we had. Hope you are able to see it from your end. Are you able to see it from
No.
your end?
No,
Okay.
Oh.
I can't see it.
Oh.
Just, okay. Jolene, you are there? You have opened yours?
Sorry. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, let me share.
Toa hiyo nyingine imehangia hapo. Okay, sawa.
You can see it from my end?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the
All right.
tip.
All right.
Oh.
Fine, that's okay. So allow me to maybe again, kindly let me.
Why is it that you ask we can't see it?
Annie, is it okay we kindly mute so that we can repeat for those who didn't maybe get the process? Yeah, thank you. All right, so assuming this is your e-portfolio with the same, of course, format that has been given here, we all remember that before you copy the link, you ensure that the home page is the one that is active. Get the difference here. Let me show you. For example, assuming I'm here, I'm under the video recording session page. If I click there, it is now active and I go to open the link. If I copy this, you can see it is, the last word is video. So when you upload in this manner and the trainer clicks, it is going to bring an error. So what you do is, before you copy the link, the e-portfolio link, ensure that you click on the home page. The home page is the one that should be active. So that when you click on the link now, you can see clearly here that the last word is home before you copy. So you can now copy the link. Okay. After copying the link, you can go back to your LMS. And this is how you are going to see the page on LMS. Now, remember, I said earlier on that you can only see the zone that you have been assigned. For my case, I have opened as a trainer. But if I'm to switch to be one of the you'll only see one of the zones. So you may see the first bit of the course, and you'll see these other things like announcements, the page layout, and the important documents, and now your zone alone. So assuming this is my zone, Nakuru zone, I click on the zone itself. I'll scroll down to where I can see the trainer that has been assigned to assess me. So assuming this is my trainer, I'll click on where the trainer is, okay? And I can now submit. Now, of course, this one I had already submitted, so I cannot, let me use a different zone. I used this one for the first demonstration. So let me use Kericho zone, okay? I'll go to where the trainer is. This is one of the examples. You find so many trainers who have been assigned Kericho zone. So I'll go straight to where my trainer is. Let's say it is Mr. Wambua been assigned to me. I click on where Mr. Wambua is, okay? And let me switch the role to the student. Okay, good. So I'm already under Mr. Wambua as my assessor. So I'll click on add submission, okay? Within this box here, I will paste the link that I had copied, okay? Remember again, if you can check the last part of the link, it is written home. Okay. So, and then I click on save changes. And here I've been notified that the link has been submitted, ready for grading. Okay, the link is here. And that's also given you the date when you have submitted. And for example, if you submit the link late, of course, past the dates that you have been communicated by the teaching practice, it is always notifying that you've submitted the link on this particular day. Maybe it is late by this number of hours or number of days or such, or it is submitted early by this number of hours. So that is how, what happens. So basically that is it. If, for example, now I go back to my teacher role, okay, and I go to Kisir zone, as a teacher or as a trainer, who is Mr. Wambua now, who is assessing the student, you can already see, you can see that there are 2 people who have submitted the link. So if the trainer sees that one, they'll be able to see that Jaylin has submitted this link on this particular time and such. And they'll just go straight to where your link is, open it, and they can assess your work on ePortfolio. So that is a brief procedure on how to submit the link. Unless there's any question still on the same before I stop the this screen.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Any other question on the same?
Thank you, Joylene. Before you stop the screen,
Yes.
it's very important for the learners to know that every changes they do in their e-portfolio, they must publish. Let them not forget. If you don't publish and you have done a bit of editing, that editing will not be captured. Then number 2, don't copy the URL from the top. At the top, make sure that you are copying the link using the link icon, the way Joylene has done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wambua. So before we conclude and we take your questions, the question is, how do we ensure authenticity of assessment? And how do we run away from failing? Or how do we fail? I think that's what we said in our briefing. How do you fail? In the normal way, we said you don't have lesson plan, you don't have your schemes of work, you don't present your assessment, or you are repeating a lesson. How can we tell this? Let's start with the number 1. Authenticity of assessment. Normally, as I said, we don't inform you when you are coming to assess you physically. However, this one is a scheduled class. We'll follow your timetable and you'll be informed. This class, we want to video it. Let's say for any reason, there's interference with that class. It's a scheduled class for assessment. Let's say maybe students have been called for prayers or something happens. You remember what we talked about? Something interferes with the class. So that now you'll not be able to record it. Then to authenticate that, we said we must have written letter that class did not take place because of ABC. So we expect a written letter, official letter, that class did not take place because of ABC. So that is very important. Once scheduled, the class has to be conducted. So please take note of that. If not, then the class was not conducted. The student did not present self for assessment, and therefore we will score you absent. Good. So take note of that. We'll inform you in advance tomorrow or on Wednesday that class should be done. So in fact, what I would suggest is that for taking the videos, because it's something new to the students. I don't know, it could be new or not new. You can start practicing before we start scheduling them. Okay, today let's have record our class, and you see how to works with a friend. So you precondition your students. I think that would be the best approach. Now, authenticity of the video. What we want to say is this. If, for example, let's say you are teaching communication skills, the topic is forms of communication. That is what we want to see in your schemes of work or in your learning plan, 30 days. That is what we want to see in your session plan for that session. Please get me. So that is how you check whether whatever you are presenting concurs with any plan, session plan, and your presentation for that day. That is the authenticity of your presentation. Number two, for the documents, you are supposed to start the way you started your when, for example, look at what Madam Joylene presented. Your internal assessment, your account of the institution, and then now you go to how will you do your D-Day, both on the digital and the physical? Physical, of course, you do daily. So what will happen is once the day ends, you'll be able to upload whatever you recorded. So you can have a digital one where you'll be recording on the digital one. This is what I've done today. It is very easy to type that, which also must conform or corresponds to what you have in the physical one. So we'll have two documents, digital and physical document. That is on DD. Number three, from there you move to your OS or your syllabi. We expect you to upload your OS in the e-portfolio. There's a menu for that. I'm sure a page for that. So we want to see it there. When we come on the ground, we also want to see it in the real logbook. So they should be in tandem. So from OS, the next thing you go to are your schemes of work or your learning plan, whichever you are doing, either CBET or the normal, either conventional. So we also want to find from day one, before we okay the schemes, we said you do after week 6. Then once you approve, now you complete. So do your schemes after week 6, both digital and physical ones. So you upload from day 1, from week 1 after week 6. You know, once you do that also, they should be remarked. You remark on the physical, you also remark, which is very easy because your documents are typed, so it's very easy to do that. We want them to be in Word so that you can easily amend when you tell you change this, improve on this. But your OS and the other one, of course, those ones are, I think they are normally they can be PDF or they can be whichever way you get them from the institution. Try to get the soft one, is very easy to upload. And then from now, your OSs and your curriculum and your syllabi, of course, we expect to see your essential plan. From the day you started teaching day 1, remarked and uploaded in the e-digital platform. And also the same in your physical file, in that order. And then how you are recording, record of work. Remember, we want to see your record of work, the way you do it in your file and also in your e-portfolio. So it is a one-to-one. So whatever you do, you also do in both. So that is what I wanted to bring up to speed on the same, so that you know what is called authenticity of e-portfolio assessment. It's the future, is the way to go.